Hello and welcome back to Space NK YouTube channel. I am Mel and I am the Head of Education for Colour Wow UK and International, and I'm about to show you how we created this using some of our viral volumizers at Colour Wow. This is the go-to party look right now, especially with Christmas season upon us. Look at how much she has got that volume, the shine, there's no crisp, no crunch. This is definitely one of the looks for party season. So Victoria, tell me, what would you say are like your biggest struggles when you want to head into party season and create that big voluminous look?
There's quite a lot of it. It's quite long. I find it quite difficult to tame. I find it quite hard to make the curls last, and honestly it takes me ages.
Prep is key. We've got some amazing products at Colour Wow that's really going to set you up to succeed with the party volume. We're going to use a mixture of different products on you today. First of all, I'm actually going to prep your hair with our extra large Bombshell, which we actually sell globally every 20 seconds. There are a few hacks to it. You do have to use a lot, like 3 to 4 pumps per section. You can use extra large Bombshell on wet hair or dry hair, but first of all I'm going to section your hair down, really get that product in, and then we're going to rough dry it and really get that guts into the hair, and then we're going to wave you and let the hair cool down before we brush it out. So with the extra large Bombshell, have you tried this yourself, Victoria?
I have tried it.
Are you using enough? Because I feel like everywhere I go, everyone thinks that they're using enough of the product, but actually you can really load the hair up with extra large Bombshell. You want to make sure that you are really loading that product on. So you can see I'm not being shy with it at all. You're going to see that that melts into the hair nice and evenly, and one of the best things about extra large Bombshell is it's alcohol free and salt free, so it's not going to make your hair sticky, stiff or crunchy. It is literally going to dry into your hair, and your hair is going to feel super glossy, bouncy, and like there's no product on your hair at all.
I guess it's sometimes scary as well to know how much product to use.
I think we're so used to products from back in the day that used to leave your hair feeling really stiff, and you'd put it on and you wouldn't be able to get a brush through it. Whereas at Colour Wow, we only really use like good for you ingredients. So nothing is gonna dull, dehydrate your hair. It's not gonna weigh it down. If anything, the best thing about the products is you can kind of keep layering them on. Unlike other foams, extra large Bombshell has got heat protection to it as well. So you can see I'm being really generous with it.
It's amazing you can use this much and it won't look greasy.
To create volume, it is all in the prep. Products are like your tools as well. As long as you're using them correctly, you will achieve incredible results at home. But to be honest, you feel like you're using a lot of product. Feel how full that still is.
Oh my God.
So for anyone watching at home, don't worry, it's not going to go within the first use. Now we have covered you with extra large Bombshell foam. We're just going to rough dry the product into the hair, and then I'm going to add a little bit of raise the root after, just to encourage a little bit more root lift, and then we're going to go into waving the hair. I have just quickly dried that product into the hair, just using a flat brush. I've not been very specific with my blow drying technique, so for anyone who's not that confident at blow drying their hair at home, honestly, just get a flat brush and a dryer and just dry it as best as you can. Basically, you just want to work that product through the hair with a bristle brush and just using the heat to warm that product up. I feel like doing party hair, it's always nice to switch up your parting, just to get you away from like your everyday same old look. Because I always feel like when you're doing a Bombshell, it's always nice to have that side where you can really exaggerate the volume. We have raised the root, which is also an amazing product that you can use on wet hair or dry hair. It also has your heat protection. For anyone at home who's not that confident at blow drying their own hair, you could either use a comb or you could just use your fingers. I'm gonna just do a section and show you how I would lift the roots just by using my fingers, which is something easily achieved at home. What you want to try and do is just section your hair off as best as you can. You just want to spray that product on the roots area. You can be quite generous with it. Just get your hair dryer and lift the hair up. Just warm that product into the hair. And you can do this section by section. And I like to just work my way around the hairline and just where we want the volume. You know, it's always nice to have that width when creating volume. You can see just around the top area, we're already starting to see that increase in volume. Prep is key. If you want to achieve these looks this Christmas, definitely check out our gift set. This is our Viral Volumizers, which includes our shampoo, conditioner, Raise the Root and extra large Bombshell foam. Do you ever curl your hair?
I do curl my hair, but I do find that it doesn't last.
People spend so much time curling their hair, brushing it through and then realizing it's actually gone straight. Within half an hour, that curl has then gone. If you can relate to that problem, then you definitely need to check out Style on Steroids. I have to say, Style on Steroids is definitely one of my favorite products at Colour Wow. You can use this to prep hair. This has got your heat protection as well. It's like back comb in a bottle. It's going to help hold your curls for much longer, but you can also use it after you finish waving your hair to really pump up the volume as well. If you was to tongue one side without Style on Steroids and brush it through, you'll notice a significant difference in the bounce of the hair that does have Style on Steroids. So I'm going to go to town with this and you'll see it's not a sticky product at all. You're not going to get any like clumpy curls or anything like that. You can already feel the volume. Okay, throw your head right back for me. So I'm just going to brush the product through and I'm going to go in with the tongs and I'm going to pin each section just to hold the curl, because I just want to make sure that that curl is really set before we then start manipulating it to create that beautiful bombshell shape. So I'm just going to go in with my curlers, get those ends all the way in. So kind of how I'm holding the tong here. If you were doing this yourself at home, I would recommend using your left hand and bringing your elbow right over. You kind of want to be holding the tong. Can you see that volume? You want to be doing it, yeah, like this with the tong down. And I would probably recommend, if you're going to use the clamp first to twist it, or you don't have to use the clamp. You can use it like a wand too. So you could always hold the hair. I would say hold it from the ends and just put the tong in place and just wrap it around the tong, because then you're not going to burn your fingers. Can you see already the volume? And we haven't even pinned it yet, and see how springy and bouncy that curl is. Okay, so I've just quickly tonged everything away from the face and pinned it, because Victoria's hair is very, very thick and heavy. I just want to make sure that we're letting that hair cool down before we brush it out. So I'm just going to continue. We're going to go for a bit more of like an oversized parting to encourage the volume as well. So I'm just going to pin all of these ones back. But although I've sprayed a lot of Style on Steroids before, I'm actually spraying each section as well, just to make sure we're getting even distribution of product. I always like to just brush the product through to the hair as well, because I want to make sure I'm getting that nice smooth finish from the tong. So we are just about to do the last section, but just so you know as well, you don't have to use a curling tong to achieve this look. You can actually use it with flat irons and straighteners as well by just twisting the hair, as long as you really get those ends in. So what I'm doing with this technique is I'm really like lifting that root up, because we really want to encourage that volume up. I would always recommend pinning the hair just to let it cool down, just to really help you set that volume in. I mean, look how shiny and bouncy the curl already is, but we just want it to cool down before we start playing around with it to build our volume. Whilst the hair is cooling, I'm just going to put a little bit of our cult favourite hairspray on. I really love this hairspray with creating volume, because this is such a buildable hairspray. It's so easy to brush through the hair, but to also help let it set as well. So we're just going to give this a few minutes just to cool down, and then we're going to start taking the pins out and just seeing the volume come to shape. Okay, so Victoria's hair is now cooled, set, prepped. Now is the fun bit where we're going to start unraveling these curls, and then we are going to go to town with brushing them out.
So you already know I love Colour Wow products. I use so many of them myself. What is something that's a bit different about Colour Wow? Something interesting? Like, what was the inspiration behind it? Some of the products?
I think one of the things working for the brand for so long, you know, Colour Wow originally started as a family-run business. And when you hear Gail Federici, who's the founder, talking about her journey with starting the brand, she really wanted to help solve frustrating hair problems. And Gail herself has got very frizzy, unruly hair. What actually got Gail back into the game was her sister. She always had like these crazy roots and it used to drive Gail mad, and she was like, I wish you could just get your colour done, you know. So she ended up creating the root cover-up powder as the first product in the Colour Wow line, which is still winning awards. You know, Dream Coat, which is one of our hero products, that was for Gail because her hair is very frizzy and unruly. But then Bombshell, what we've used on you today, her daughter Britt always struggled with volume. You know, the Colour Wow line, each product is very unique because it has its own innovation that stands out from what's currently on the market. Gail was a bit funny at first. She didn't just want to create something that's already out there. Like, we had to find out what our point of difference was. Just knowing how personal things are when it comes to really trying to solve problems. Gail has always been so passionate about how she creates products, and they have to have that point of difference. One of the things I love about using the products is you can really layer them on. So you can switch between using Bombshell, Raise the Root. We have used Style on Steroids. I've used a little bit of Cult Favourite, but I'm definitely going to go in with the Shine Spray as well. I love how the Shine Spray feels when brushing out curls. It's not going to make your hair greasy. It's literally going to make your hair feel like silk.
No, I do love how you can use so many products and it not feel, like you said, heavy or crunchy or greasy, because I think a lot of people will probably be really scared to use so much product.
Definitely are not heavy.
Any of those things.
Greasy, any of the above. Now we've taken the pin curl clips out, we are left with these really beautiful curly curls. I feel like a lot of people are scared to brush out curls.
I am.
You really don't need to be. You kind of don't want them all clumped together as they are. You want to give it that really beautiful shape. So now we've let the hair cool, you know, we're not going to lose that body. Can you see how much hair I'm actually working with here? This is all natural as well. Incredible head of hair. So I do just want to section half of it away just so I can make sure that my brush actually gets to the underneath as well. I'm just going to use some of our Extra Mystical Shine Spray, which is another favourite of mine. It's a flower powered shine spray. So a lot of shine sprays you tend to get oil-based ingredients which can leave the hair looking and feeling really greasy, but the Extra Mystical Shine Spray actually makes the hair look reflective, so you actually get an amazing shine, especially on blonde hair. I mean, anyone can use it. So I'm gonna be quite generous with this as well. I want you guys to see that when you're using the Colour Wow products, you can really layer them on and you don't have to worry about the products building up on the hair at all. Obviously, I'm giving you a good brush. I don't hear you or sense that you're feeling like it's really tuggy or you're like, ow,
No,
ow.
Not at all.
So I feel like the more we keep brushing, the more we're gonna really get that more blowout feel.
Sometimes I kind of stop brushing while it's still a bit knotty because I'm so scared of losing the curl.
Okay, are you ready? She's big. Can you believe your hair is this big?
It feels big. Oh my God. Wow.
It's huge.
It is huge. Wow. Volume for days. I love the side parting as well.
It just makes a difference changing that parting. So there we have it. Here is our party season bombshell vibe, and you've seen the amount of hair that we have had to face today. So I hope if any of you have got similar hair to Victoria, you know to trust the process. Always prep the hair well and don't be afraid to brush those curls out because you could have this at home. Just remember to let the hair cool down before you brush it out. And Colour Wow products, I mean, you've seen how much we've used, right? Her hair is still moving. It's not stiff, sticky, crunchy. Here is our party season Bombshell.